Hello and welcome to Food for Life, where today we're going to be making one of the most beloved bakery treats, fresh, flaky croissants from scratch. No need to buy them at the store when you can make them right at home. In this recipe, we'll be using simple ingredients you likely already have in your kitchen. So, let's dive in and get started. Before we start with the dough, let's take a moment to gather all our ingredients. For today's croissants, you'll need 3/4 cup of warm milk, 1 tablespoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of oil, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and 1 tablespoon baking powder. Make sure your milk is warm around 110 degrees Fahrenheit. If it's too hot, it can kill the yeast, so be careful with that. Now let's begin with the yeast activation. Start by adding your warm milk to a mixing bowl. Then, sprinkle in 1 teaspoon of sugar, followed by 1 tablespoon of dry yeast, the egg, and oil. The sugar will feed the yeast, helping it activate and get nice and bubbly. Give it a quick stir, and then add the flour, followed by salt and baking powder. As you add the flour, you'll start to see the dough come together. You might need to use your hands soon, so feel free to get in there. As the dough comes together, you'll want to knead it for about 5 to 7 minutes. If the dough is too sticky, don't worry. Just sprinkle in a bit more flour, a little at a time, until the dough becomes smooth and elastic. You want it to be soft and pliable, but not too sticky. If you have a stand mixer with a dough hook, you can use that to knead the dough, which makes it a bit easier, but it's perfectly fine to do it by hand too. Now it is time to add the butter. Add 1 tablespoon at a time and keep kneading the dough for 5 to 7 minutes more. I'm using homemade salted butter for this recipe, but if you only have unsalted butter on hand, that will work too. Just increase the amount of salt you add. If you would like to know how I made this butter, please check the info card above or see in the description box below. To all new viewers, welcome! For all the viewers and subscribers, thank you for tuning to my channel. If you want to see more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss notifications for future delicious recipes. Once your dough is smooth and elastic, shape it into a ball and place it in a lightly greased bowl. Cover it with a clean kitchen towel or some plastic wrap and set it aside in a warm place to rise for about an hour. During this time, the dough will double in size as the yeast works its magic. Alright, our dough has risen beautifully, and now it's time to move on to the fun part, shaping our croissants. But before we do that, let's lightly flour our work surface to make sure the dough doesn't stick. Turn the dough out onto your floured surface and gently roll it out into a large rectangle. You want it to be about 1/8 inch thick. The thinner, the better, because we want those beautiful, flaky layers. Once you've got your dough rolled out, let's start shaping the croissants. You'll need a sharp knife or pizza cutter for this step. Cut the dough into long strips and then cut each strip into triangles. These will be the perfect base for our croissants. Now the key to flaky croissants is to roll them tightly but not too tight. Start from the wide end of the triangle and roll toward the point. As you roll, be sure to keep the dough snug but not stretched. Once your croissants are rolled up, place them on a baking sheet. Make sure to leave a little space between each croissant so they have room to expand as they bake. You can also gently curve the ends of the croissants to give them that classic crescent shape. Now, cover your croissants with a clean towel and let them rise for another 30 to 45 minutes until they've puffed up nicely. After 30 to 45 minutes, brush them off with egg wash. Our croissants are ready to go into the oven. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and bake the croissants for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they're golden brown and delicious. Once they're done, take them out of the oven and brush them with some melted butter. Let them cool slightly. The moment you cut into these croissants, you'll be met with a soft, buttery inside and a crisp, flaky exterior. It's honestly hard to beat the smell of fresh croissants in the kitchen. And there you have it, homemade croissants that are sure to impress your family and friends. Whether you enjoy them as is, or with a bit of jam or Nutella, they're a perfect breakfast, snack, or treat for any occasion. Thank you for joining us today on Food for Life. I hope you enjoyed making these croissants as much as I did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this recipe with your friends and family. Until next time, happy baking! For more delicious recipes, tips, and cooking inspiration, visit our channel and explore our other videos. See you soon.
Like and subscribe.